this experience I had just last night, in this experience, I was in, well, to set kind of, yeah, to set the setting, I was in what looked like the masonry work, the stonework that you would see either in an very old castle or a very old church. Because it had a lot of the stone archways and the way that it was built, it kind of gave me that impression. And it was very, very large. It was like being in a whole other city or a whole other world, but this building was so huge. And within the hall of this giant building, or this great building, was 6 stone pillars, 6 pitch black stone pillars. And like I said, they were so huge, these towers, they were probably bigger than the Empire State Building. I mean, they were just massive. And all the way off in the distance, sort of leading out of the building, there was this very pale white light. And I walked into the scene from the right hand side, sort of towards, you might say, the back end, and that we were heading towards what was the front end. I was with this group of maybe several others, and my idea or my intention was to lead this group of people out of this building, out of this situation. And they were wearing like white robes. So I thought it was very interesting. They were wearing white robes. It kind of looked like the togas that they used to wear in maybe like the Roman or the Greek kind of days. And I myself was wearing this white robe that covered my head, and so on and so forth. You could still see my face, but it was covering my hair. And as we were making our way out of this building towards this soft white light, all of a sudden this dragon came from my top right hand side all the way towards the end and swooped down, and it clutched to one of these towers. And I remember the people close to me got very, very scared. They thought that it was going to kill them, that they would be destroyed. And I remember that I had to decide to be very indifferent, but it was effortless. It was an effortless indifference that I knew that this dragon could not harm me, and that by my indifference and my intention, that I would show these people that they don't have to be scared either. And so when the dragon came and it swooped down and it ended up breathing all this fire, my white cloak caught on fire, but I was unharmed. I wasn't burned. I didn't get afraid or anything. I maintained this indifference. And the people next to me, some of them actually ran off. They ran back to where they came from. It was only a few that had stood and were decided not to be afraid or controlled by that idea. And what I thought what was very interesting was that as soon as the dragon breathed fire on me and knew that he could not harm me or the people that were next to me, he disappeared. He completely vanished. But the fire on my cloak remained. And what was very interesting was I used that fire to light a pathway through the towers. I sort of like came off of me and onto the floor, and it lit up this almost what looked like a runway going straight down the center. And so myself and those that were with me, or those that were with me and myself, we could make a clear way through and out of the building. So I just thought that was a very interesting experience I wanted to share with everyone. So thank you.
Okay. The castle or church or whatever you see, it's solid stone, it's huge. Well, that's like the consciousness in creation. It's rock solid. And the 6 pillars are the 6 levels, 6 black pillars, etc. within that consciousness, because creation is a created consciousness, and through that you're seeing the light. And yeah, there's the little stinker dragon, and also it's like a test to see who has the courage to keep going and to face all this, etc. So the real light is there, but that's a very cool experience. Yeah, that's a Netflix adventure. And so, yes, and you use the fire to light the way, and this is where we, creatively use creation to get through it and to recognize what's real. There's the idea, you see. So at first you know about it, you have the information, you have these experiences, you see it, but the big step is to realistically recognize it and see and be. But that's really a great experience. Yeah, well, thank you for sharing. And see, you're the witness, and so it's important for you to help share these things, because people better understand what's going on, because they see things like this and monuments and whatever, and they can be thinking in their experience Just depends upon their view. Oh, look at this, you know, this is a temple of God and it's great and it's wonderful, etc. But no, there's a lot more going on, and it's shown in this, etc. And you see this, which is really cool. So sharing this with others because they have misconceptions, this gives them another viewpoint to consider because they really have to decide to want to go through it and see more. Yeah, so very important. Thank you so much. Please write it down. Yes, thank you.